Okay, we've gone live. Hello, Canada.
Hello, Annabelle.
Well, a whole class. Where's the whole class? Can you all say hello?
Come behind me. You're not all going to show, but you can come behind me.
There they are. There they are. Okay. All right. Hello, Canada.
So you can wave. Okay. Oh, you guys can come around to this one too, actually, if you want, because this camera is set up too. Yep. There we go.
All right. That's excellent. That's what we like. All right. This is going social. Trying to go face to face. We're trying to go live. Trying to bring in social media. So, good morning, Virginia. Would you like to tell us a little bit about where your school is?
Sure. We are coming to you live from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. We actually did some brainstorming yesterday to come up with some things to talk about, to tell you guys about our city. And some of the things we came up with were, do you guys want to, help me out? What are some of the things that Waterloo is known for? Blackberry. Okay, so Research in Motion is based here. We have two universities, Wilfrid Laurier University and the University of Waterloo. Perimeter Institute, which is an institute that studies theoretical physics. Second largest in the world. Thank you, Kevin.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So Stephen Hawking has come to visit a couple of times, which is pretty remarkable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did any of you see him? Did you see him?
Anybody see Stephen Hawking?
No.
No.
That's awesome that he was there. That means you're very important.
I think that what they're doing there is very important. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well that's cool. And how's the weather?
How's the weather going? It's overcast today.
I got him a snowmobile.
It's probably going to go up to about 18 degrees today, which is, it hasn't done that in a while. So we hope, I think. 18. Thank you, Kevin. 18 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Okay, so hopefully a positive trend.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. Can you tell me also a little bit, Virginia, why this project appealed to you and how it's going to fit in with your curriculum?
Sure. Yeah, we're part of an initiative with our board called Digital. It's the Digital Learning Project. And so what that means is we're trying to incorporate technology to help support the curriculum that we're teaching in English class. And we can do it by, a few different means. And we have a group of us that meet regularly once a month and talk about the ways that we're incorporating technology into our teaching. And I thought this might be a great way to, break down the classroom walls and get us to, see what's going on in other parts of the world.
Cool. Okay. Well, we sure hope we live up to that for you. I know we have something planned to bring you an actress from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Right. So I think that's next Friday, and she's trying to find a fellow actor in the city who can be in there too, because she, although she's in Scotland, has a British accent. So she's looking around for an actor with a Scottish accent for you. So I think that should be some fun. Okay, well that's fantastic. I'm really glad that we can be a part of it. And let's just have a quick sort of hello with everybody so that everyone feels like they're involved and it's begun.
Sounds good. Okay, so we'll just get introductions started.
Sure.
Do I have any brave souls that want to go first? Alphabetical. So yeah, just you just want them to come up, introduce themselves, and what was the other part that you wanted them to?
Well, I think it's a good exercise in presenting yourself. There's going to be so much work done after they get there. In which grade are your students?
They're in grade 11.
11. Okay. So, they're going to find more and more that they're going to be doing work, collaborating with people through this kind of medium. So it's a good experience to get used to it and not be afraid of it and just begin to be yourself, get comfortable with it, sort of be relaxed and but also pay attention. And so it's just a communication exercise and saying a little bit about yourself. Like at the beginning of a conference, you would sit around a table and say, hello, this is me, and a little bit about yourself. I'm trying to what I'm trying to do is identify what the kids are actually interested in, and then see if we can link that to Macbeth in any way, so that there's a really authentic, interest at the core of it. Because it's surprising how much you can tie to Shakespeare. It doesn't have to be a dull kind of plod through a book of poetry. That's not at all what it's supposed to be. There was one student, for instance, in South Carolina, I think, who I said to him, "What do you do when no one's telling you what to do?" And he said he likes to design tattoos.
Oh, okay.
So I said, "Would you like to design a tattoo for each character in the play?" So, by doing, he said, "Well, how am I going to come up with my design ideas?" And I said, "Well, you're going to have to read the play."
Yeah.
So, then he's going to do a close reading of the text with a genuine interest in mind. So
Great.
my hope is that people will just sort of let something out that they really do care about, and we'll see if we can connect it. You can't always. I haven't thought of a way to connect math with it. But,
Somebody will
still think.
Yeah, so that's your goal, is to try to think of a way math will connect with Macbeth.
Well, maybe.
I should let you
to admit defeat.
Maybe, yeah. I should let you know we've only just begun studying the play, so we've only read the first act. And so I kind of left out some spoilers. We haven't listened to the audio that you set up yet, but I wanted to start by reading the actual text. So, so you're aware, we're through Act 1, and that's all we know so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we'll get started. I'll get out of this chair, and if anybody wants to, we'll have this one set up, and then you can also, set up the next one. The way it works is the audio picks up wherever, whoever is speaking gets projected on the screen. So that's how that works. Okay, let's go. Okay. Kevin, since you're already here.
All right. Hello, I'm Kevin. I understand that you're actually in Connecticut right now, and I used to live in Connecticut.
Oh, whereabouts were you?
I live like 10 minutes away from Rocky Neck State Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on the coast. I'm near Hammonasset State Park.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So like maybe a 20-minute drive from where I was.
Right. Exactly. So how do you like it in Canada?
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I think the one complaint might be the weather, but everyone's really, really nice. There's just the people here are, in general, nice people.
Yeah,
and I
have
think
a reputation for being friendly.
Yeah. And the education system here is also really great, which is it's I think in the United States there's a lot of high schools that are just below par in terms of the education level, and I think that might be due to like lack of funding. But in Canada, because there's a lot of taxes here, by the way, I think everything is funded very well.
Yeah. In America, not that I'm an expert on all things, but there are things like Title I schools where kids are living in poverty, as defined by their definition, and they get special funding. But yeah, they have tough circumstances to overcome. I mean, it's just such a huge country. It's just not all one thing. I come from England. You can hear probably in my accent that I come from England. And England and Canada have a lot in common too, in their school systems, I think. So what will you go on to study?
I suppose math.
Oh, math guy. All right. Okay. It's not my topic. So how are you going to, as a mathematician, how are you going to approach Shakespeare, I wonder?
I don't know. I suppose there's some statistical relevance, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. You could. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I couldn't hear.
Maybe like the prevalence of some words, or how the books are written, in which order the texts come out, and like base that on themes. Maybe you can maybe cross-reference and make graphs or something like
Oh,
this.
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I like the idea of searching for vocab as well and seeing which words come up, and if that, yeah, what does that show you? Which words are repeated the most and when, and if that correlates to the dramatic arc or what it tells you. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Great to meet you, Kevin.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Rachel. And I'm Jenny. And we're best friends.
Are you best friends?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a Google Hangout before?
No.
No, so this is new to you, is it?
Yeah.
But you use YouTube. You know about YouTube, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when this broadcast is over, it automatically archives to the Big Fun Education YouTube channel.
Oh, very nice.
So you'll be able to show it to your friends or your parents or whatever at home. Yeah, and we've got, when you go to the channel, you'll see we've had Hello Italy was the first one. We've had Hello South Carolina, New Jersey, New York. Who am I forgetting? I can't remember. But and then after this one, I've got one with Spain. So that's a way of sort of all the students seeing each other. And I'm hoping that you can reach out to each other through Google Plus and maybe collaborate with each other and do a hangout classroom to classroom.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I think it really is. Have you what kind of social media tools are you using at school?
At school, we use Twitter and we have blogs, and they're on like a weebly.com, and we blog about what we're learning.
Oh, great. Okay, so you might be able to blog about what this was, your first Google Plus Hangout.
Yeah.
How do you use Twitter? How do you use Twitter?
Well, we can like tag our teacher and like ask her questions.
No one's done that.
Other than that, not so much.
Interesting. Okay. And what's your favorite thing to do at school?
Student leadership. Yeah, we're big in leadership.
So Macbeth is a great study in leadership gone wrong.
You don't know that yet, but yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You don't know that yet. Well, spoiler. Sorry about that. Well, it is a tragedy. You knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, very nice to meet you. And I encourage you to watch the other Hello Hangouts and see if you'd like to collaborate with some of the others. Some of the other people the Italians are making a film. And they've chosen, I think, 3 scenes, and they're going to be doing it in 5 languages.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
That's
Thank you.
pretty cool. And they're very open to collaborating, so check it out.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Hi.
Okay, hello.
I'm Trey. I'm Blair.
Okay, and what do you guys do?
I like to skateboard and snowboard and play blackjack. I also skateboard, but my passion is music.
Oh, okay. And do you compose, or do you play, or what do you do?
I play for the school and also as a hobby.
So what do you play?
For a hobby, I play guitar, and for school, I play brass instruments.
Oh, all right, okay. If you Google Macbeth and music, you'll probably find YouTubes where kids have put some of the speeches, some of the lines to music. So I don't know if that would be of any interest to you, but we're looking for students to take on little individual projects or collaborate within your class or across the world with others. and create something that relates to Macbeth that interests you. So feel free to use music. We also might have a connection. Have you heard of School of Rock?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. We might have a connection with them if you're, if you express interest later to your teacher about songwriting or whatever with Macbeth. Maybe we can connect you with the School of Rock.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. So that's nice to meet you, and I think we've got to keep moving. I don't know how much time we've got, but it's 20 past now.
Yeah, you can't be talking about loud. It's picking up on the microphone. That's not talking. Somebody go in with food so we have.
Hello. I'm Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. So I like your T-shirt. Who is on there? Are those movie stars or what?
Talking about me? Yeah. Oh no, the T-shirts? Oh, I think they're musicians.
Oh, they're musicians. Yeah, I was trying
I'm pretty sure.
Recognize them. I couldn't recognize them.
Neither. No one can. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about what you're studying and what you're interested in.
I'm studying Macbeth. Me too. I'm interested in Macbeth. Quality guy. Yeah.
So
and I'm
far,
interested.
sorry, go ahead.
It's alright. I'm interested in computer programming.
Ah, that's like my son. He's been doing some of that. So do they teach you? Are you doing AP computer science?
We don't have AP computer science, but we have a computer science course.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I don't know how that can relate to Macbeth, but we'll think about it. So far, tell me how you've begun studying Macbeth. How did you go about it?
Well, we're reading the book in class, gone through the first act. It's pretty exciting. Great material.
And have you been to Big Fun Education YouTube channel yet?
We did as the class. We watched the Hello Italy one.
Oh, you saw Hello Italy. Okay. There's also a cool. We got the teacher in South Carolina had friends in Glasgow, and 3 people recorded the first 12 lines of the play, and we made a little video out of that. And then the kids in South Carolina listened to that, and then they made a recording of it. So we're hoping that there are some filmmakers in your class who can make, put something out on video and then come into a hangout later on and show your work. Do you play video games or the apps that you like? What kind of thing do you like to do with technology?
I do drawing on Photoshop, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So maybe you could design a set for one of the scenes.
Maybe.
Possible. Okay, yeah, because I mean, most kids and most people really enjoy visuals, and it will help unfold the text to have a lot of students' ideas of, made visual from the text. So, I'm trying to encourage that, and then discussion of the picture, sort of turns around and enlightens your thoughts about the text. So it sort of works together eventually, but at first it frees you up from the words in a way. So good. All right. Well, nice to meet you guys, and I hope that things get warmer over there, temperature, weather, and I look forward to seeing what you do. And check out the YouTube channel. See if you can get ideas from other kids. See if there are kids that you want to collaborate with.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Okay. You guys go ahead.
Hi, Susan.
Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, take 2. You guys have to talk loud because it's on this.
Hi, Annabelle.
Hi there. Oh, okay. You're over there. Let me pull. There you guys are. All right. Do you So who's who?
I'm Quinn. Henry.
Charlie.
And there are 3 more at the back.
Oh, T-Bays. We like Macbeth.
You like Macbeth so far? Have you done any other plays?
We did 12 Night. We didn't do all that.
I did Romeo and Juliet.
So you did Romeo and Juliet?
Yes.
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 And how did you do it? Did you perform?
No, I think we just read it.
Yeah.
Or we watched some book movies. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that you can get up on your feet and maybe film some things that are connected with this and speak it. We've got you guys signed up for a workshop with a Shakespearean language teacher from Scotland next week. So she's going to encourage you to really enjoy speaking it, because a play is different, you know, in that it's supposed to be spoken, it's supposed to be acted and seen, and there's movement. So we're hoping you'll find ways to do that and share it with the other kids in the project. We've got the Italians. I told some of your other colleagues, the Italians are filming 3 scenes, and so we hope you guys can do something. Are you musicians? Any musicians in the house?
Oh, I play the guitar sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. Maybe this will be one of those times. Okay, because the lines of the witches, for instance, are really sort of, you know, they got a lot to play with, and yeah, and artwork. You know, if anybody likes designing costumes or scenery, you don't have to build it. You can just draw it. Is there an artsy guy there who likes to draw? Cool. Yeah. Good. So do that. You know, design it. Make it look modern. Make it look old. Make it whatever you want. Steampunk. Whatever. Something. There's a kid who's going to be doing tattoos for all the characters. You know, get creative. Run with it. Play with it. It's all about playing with the play, and then sharing. You know, each kid will have their own thing that they're interested in, and then together we learn a lot more. Okay, all right, guys. So have a good day in Canada.
Thank you.
And I'll see you later.
Okay.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, okay, let's go back. Hello. This is good. So tell me about yourselves.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Josh.
And we are not best friends.
We hate each other. My heart's broken.
All right.
Right? We're like enemies. We hate each other.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I don't want to do too much spoiling of the story, but there are two people in the play who they fight side by side, and then they start not trusting each other. So maybe you two can have some fun with that. Hello. We've got somebody else joining us here.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Good to meet you. Tell me about yourself a little bit.
Oh, I'm from Singapore.
Okay, cool. Oh, we have, actually, you're going to be collaborating with another classroom, and the teacher there homeschools 4 children in England, and she is from Singapore. So, do you speak other languages?
A little bit of Mandarin, that's all.
Do you speak Mandarin?
Just a little, yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Could you maybe come a little closer?
Yeah, I do. I speak a little bit of Mandarin.
Oh, that's fantastic, because we've had this play, my adaptation of the play. There's a 29-minute radio play that I've created of this in very simple language as sort of an onboarding for Macbeth. And that play I've had translated into Chinese, Arabic, Italian, and Spanish. So we have, I think, one student in Spain who is going to be doing a speech, a Lady Macbeth speech in Chinese. And but she's the only one that in the project who speaks Chinese. So I'm really, really glad to find someone else. If there's a way for you to, if there's a way, so when your teacher in the shared Google Doc that we have, there's a PDF that she can download which will show you the play in Chinese. I would love you to do something with that, whatever you feel like doing with it, but it would be great to bring that language into it. If you can think of something, that would be really cool. And what's your interest in terms of, you know, subjects? What will you go on to study?
Right now, probably physics or math.
Okay. Wow. All right. I've got nothing for you there. Nothing. I don't know how to connect MACBETH with that, but the Chinese thing seems like a good way to go. So, you want to tell me anything else about yourselves? How you're using social media in school?
Oh yeah, last year I was in a class called Future Forums, and we used computers and stuff for English, civics, and careers. We used a lot of different.
Sorry, go ahead.
We used a lot of different programs in that class. Like we blogged, we used Twitter, we used a little bit of Tumblr. Really, it was up to us what we used and how we inputted it into the system.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that some people will choose to blog from a character's point of view. And I'm even hoping maybe they'll take selfies in character. Like, you know, find a moment in the play that's dramatic, obviously, and first write about it from that character's point of view, and then maybe as an acting exercise, take a picture of yourself in character. How would you be feeling during that moment? Things like that, and then you know, you can comment on each other's. We've got a community on Google Plus called Big Plays Sandbox that we're hoping kids can post. Because you have do all of you have a Google Plus account?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to Big Plays Sandbox and just join the community, I love to see, you know, you posting there about anything connected with MACBETH, whether it's reading the original, whether it's about a hangout, you know, whatever. Because we're trying to connect the kids from the different classrooms. Everybody likes the idea of global education, but when it actually gets down to what is it, what are we actually going to do, it sort of stalls out a little bit. I'm finding that it's hard to really make the kids connect with each other. I don't feel I've done that yet. So one way to do it is to go into a community, see what other kids have written, comment, obviously keep the comments, you know, constructive, and then contribute yourself and see what other people say to you, and then out of that comes all sorts of unexpected learning, and that's what's happened for me as an educator as well. You know, I came on here thinking I don't know anybody, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I was in Google Plus when it was in beta 2 years ago, and there weren't that many people on here because it was by invitation only, and I thought, I don't know really if this is going to be any use to me. But by participating, by contributing, by reading what other people say, by sharing what other people say, you begin to show yourself through what you were interested in reading and sharing, and then people just sort of start congregating, and it becomes amazing. Amazing things are happening on Google Plus. Amazing, amazing. People are meeting each other and being invited to stay, you know, traveling. Just amazing things are happening. There's one person that we're going to try to connect with who's going to give us a tour of Edinburgh Castle in a hangout for you to see. And he organizes what he calls virtual photo walks, where he knows photographers all around the world. And so when they're on assignment, they take the smartphone, they open it up to a hangout, and they let people who are in hospital or who are paralyzed or who are very sick and can't travel, they almost visit the place, and they can ask the photographer questions in real time while they're in that real place, like, oh, that's really interesting. Could you move a little bit to the right? Can you tell me about that animal? Can you tell me what that building is? Whatever, you know. So there's just amazing opportunity on here, but you have to sort of reach out a little bit as well. So that's just a way of saying I see the adults doing it. I don't see the kids doing it very much yet. So that's what I'm trying to encourage, as well as, you know, appreciating literature across cultures. That's why I had the play translated, because I love to get different points of view. I think that's what you're in school for, is to develop your own point of view and then listen and appreciate other people's points of view. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do, and keep it creative and try and keep it fun. So good to meet you guys. Is there anybody else that I haven't met yet?
Yeah, there are a few more, Annabelle. So maybe we'll just try to run through the rest pretty quickly, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Honestly, if I can like turn around really fast to see myself turn around on that.
In the background.
No, it doesn't work. Like I was hoping like if I turn around, I see myself turn around.
Okay. Bye.
Hello. How are you? So we've done a lot of talking, so I think we've got to rush it a little bit. Do you want to tell me about yourselves?
Sure. I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Miriam.
I actually really like Shakespeare in general. I just like trying to figure out what he's saying with his strange words and things.
I don't. I like 12 Nights though. My favorite.
12 Nights?
Yeah, it's my favorite play.
That's fair enough. We all have our favorites. You can't like everything, but I hope that you find something in there that surprises you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and are you art students, or what are you hoping to go on to study?
I enjoy writing literature stuff. So I hope I become a journalist when I grow up.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right.
I really like visual arts, drawing, painting, but I like music too. So.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Well, I hope you just get creative with this. Just really get outside the box. And also for you who likes journalism, one of the really current 21st century sort of tech skills that journalists are using is to live blog something. If you go to an event and some people tweet, obviously, and that's how the news gets out, but that's 140 characters or less. Yeah. But you could also, for instance, next week when we do a hangout with the Shakespeare actress, you don't want to really be involved in that as an actress. You could sit to the side with your, do you have Chromebooks?
Yeah, we have Chromebooks.
So you could sit to the side with your Chromebook. You could be in the Big Plays Sandbox community, and you can be typing, you can be blogging about what's going on right now and how you feel about it.
Yeah, it's great.
What's the educational value of a hangout? I think we're all trying to discover that. We're just at the very beginning. So that would be a really serious, interesting. I think we need to hear what kids think of it, because the adults are all so excited because we didn't have this when we were your age. But you guys have grown up with it, so the novelty of it, I think, I might be right in saying, I don't know, but the novelty isn't quite as big for you as it is for us. It's like our mind is blown by what's going on right now. But for you, it probably feels more of a gradual kind of, yeah, obviously, obviously we're doing Hangouts, obviously we're tweeting, obviously this. So I would like to see more of your point of view about, what's the point of a hangout? What can we do? What are we not doing? What are we doing right? What can we, let's be critical about it and try and make the experience as rich as we possibly can. So I would love to see you blog any of these, any and all of them in that community so that we can start thinking about what we're doing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks. I'll look forward to that. Okay, so I'm going to move on, but lovely to meet you. 10% lax and 90% what? Oh, okay.
Who's that, Flo?
I'm Cameron.
I'm Javi.
Nice to meet you guys. So, what is it that you like to do? What do you?
I like to play rugby.
I like to sleep.
Sleep.
And
yeah, I think we can all identify with that. There's a whole lot of speeches about sleep in Macbeth that you might be able to relate to. Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, for example. And what else do you do at school that you like?
I like to play football and just hang out with my friends.
Okay, so what do you think of the Hangout tool? Have you done this before?
No.
Do you think you would do this with your friends? Do you think you would use Google Plus and get friends together in a Hangout like this?
Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah, and you know if you do a scheduled Hangout that it records what we're doing and sends it to a YouTube channel.
But what if we don't want it?
I couldn't catch that. What was that?
I want to send what we're doing to a YouTube channel.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
We don't want it to go to YouTube.
You can go to YouTube?
What? What if we don't want what we're recording to go to YouTube, to go onto YouTube?
Well, there's the Hangout should be explained by your teacher as to what we're doing today, and then there's a permission that gets signed so that everybody knows what's going on.
Okay.
And if you want to do, if I understood the question right, if you don't want it, if you want to do one in the future with friends and just get people together and you don't want it recorded, yes, there's a way to do that also. Yeah, in fact, that's much easier. That's like the default position. They assume people don't want it to get recorded. But a lot of musicians, for example, are doing like open mic for musicians around the world, and then that's fun for them to record it, and then they can go to YouTube, download it, edit it, and they've got a little piece of themselves with a live audience. So people are just trying to use it and as best they can find out the best way of using it at the moment. That's what I'm doing, trying to see can we make studying Macbeth more interesting by involving people around the world, your age. Would that help? Because then you've got a real audience instead of always being in a classroom with the same people. It might help, it might not, I don't know. It's an experiment, we'll see. At the end, we're going to ask you all to tell us what you think about it. And whether having a real audience, real people outside, people with different opinions from your own teacher, from your own classmates, did that make it a richer and more memorable experience or not? Or was it just distracting? Was it really just, not a great idea, just a novelty? So that's what we want to try and find out. We're just sort of playing with the medium, playing with the tools, and other social tools like Twitter. We did well, you don't know yet, but I hope I'm not spoiling it by saying that in the play there's a feast. And last week I got a chef from Trinidad, a chef from England, and kids from Argentina, Maine, and England. And we made food that might have been served in the feast.
That's cool.
And we had a hashtag lit food. In other words, literature food. Food that comes from literature. So, everybody seemed to like that. I think that was an idea that worked. And we're just trying to see if I can come up with ideas that work, if you can come up with ideas that work, speak up, let us know. And we have a community where you can write and we'll share ideas and try and build on them, like an improv. Okay? So, good to meet you, and I'll see you again next week.
Yeah.
I think we'll have 2 more groups come in, okay?
Okay.
So you guys, and then maybe. Okay.
Hey guys. Nice to meet you.
I'm
I'm Abdi.
I'm Tim.
I like to watch and play soccer. I also like watching different films. We're currently studying Macbeth.
Yeah, I like track and field. I like history. I like visual arts. I also like technological design, just like a course that we have here. And
What was that? I didn't catch that. What was the third thing? You say it again?
technological design.
It's cutting in and out. I'm getting a broken signal. Can you say it again?
Okay, it's just architecture.
Architecture. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Well, I think you'll find some ways to relate to Macbeth that you will find genuinely interesting. Sounds like you've got a good match of interests. So so go ahead and feel free to be really creative with your projects, and then we would love you to come into a hangout and show us what you do, what you come up with. With kids sharing. And do you use the internet at home? Do you have it at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to go to see other work that we've been doing and the other kids that are in this project, because you can always collaborate with them. Everybody's open to working together, but I haven't really made anything happen yet, so I'm trying to encourage the kids to watch the Hello Hangouts. This is our Hello Hangout. So the other kids, there's like there's over 300 kids in this now, around the world, in 6 countries. And I think it would be really fun to see you guys mix it up a little bit and get, kids from different places in together and read a scene together or talk about a theme. Talk about bullying is one thing that I want to get kids talking about, because I think that my feeling is that the witches are like bullies. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
They surprise Macbeth when he's tired and he's just been fighting and he's vulnerable, and they mess with him, and they're kind of interesting and fascinating, I think, the witches, but they're also evil. So I think that the bullying might be, do you consider the witches bullies, and then does Macbeth turn into one because he was bullied? Is that the only thing he can think of doing then? So so those are kinds of things that I want to see kids. I don't think we hear enough from you guys on Google Plus yet. It's mostly adults thinking, oh, the kids are going to love this, and then we don't see, we don't really hear whether the kids did love it or not. The younger kids are loving it. Google has got a fantastic community called, well, it's here, it's Connected Classrooms. This is the community. And they are doing amazing virtual field trips. So you should check that out with NASA and lots of science things and, robotics, and it's just amazing. And those are really wonderful. But I haven't really seen the kid, but it's still mostly the adults who are talking, which is what I'm doing now, so it's not very good, is it? Not a good example. But later on, this is just our first hello, but later on I'm really hoping that I can just, really go into the background and you guys will take over with, whatever's captured your imagination. Or if you have ideas for things that you want me to organize for you, let me know. I'll do what I can. Okay? All right, so I'll see you next week.
Yeah, sure.
Sweat.
Okay,
All right.
now.
Last group? 3?
Maybe squish a little bit. Yeah, you can stick it in the back here.
Hi.
Hello, hello. So you want to tell me about yourselves?
Just make sure you speak up.
I'm Brittany. I'm Emily.
I'm Hasnan.
Okay, and tell me what you like to do.
We play field hockey.
I'm on track and field.
Very sportsy. And what about the academics? Not so much, huh? Not so much?
No.
What do you think of Macbeth so far?
I like it.
It's okay.
So tell me some, I'm just trying to find a way in, something that you do care about, that you might be surprised to find there's a connection to the play. So just tell me something that you do care about, that besides sport. I can't think of a way to connect that. But are there other causes? Do you ever do anything for charities? Do you you know, what do you care about? What do you do when you don't have to do anything besides sports?
Watch TV.
What kind of shows?
Variety of them.
Comedy?
Comedy and like also like cartoon shows.
Ah, well, you know, there are cartoon versions of Macbeth that you might like to watch. If you go to, again, YouTube, and also I put resources in a shared Google Doc with your teacher, and there's a link to cartoon versions of Macbeth. So, you know, that could be fun for you, and you might watch it and go, oh, I could make a better one. Have you started making cartoons?
No, I'm not into like the computer thing.
Well, maybe you can find some friends and collaborate and make your own version of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I mean, I don't want you to just sit there and feel like we're shoving something at you. I want you to have an experience of it, whether it's in Hangout or reading or the radio play when you listen to it. Have an experience and then build on it in your way. Show us what you got out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's anything else that you want to tell me, I'm here for the next 3 weeks, and you can find me on Google Plus, because you are all on Google Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been using it for?
You can say that.
We haven't been using it that much.
You can say we just got signed up. It's not. I can explain it. They just got Google Plus accounts this year, and so we haven't explored it yet. Like, we've been just like exploring the Google Apps for education, but we haven't been on Google Plus yet.
Okay, all right. There was a cool Google app that's been added to Hangouts where you can draw. You can draw within the Hangout on the screen. So I could draw things on your faces right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And I've been trying to think, well, how can I use that? And I thought, well, another idea that I've got in the list of projects is to do a game show, and we could keep the score by, you know, drawing the app. I mean, there's lots of tools out there, but you think to yourself, what's the point? What's the good of this? And drawing is fun. It's okay. I don't know quite how to use it in the Hangout. There's all sorts of, like, look, there's sound effects. All sorts of sound effects and visuals that we can add to a Hangout. So go ahead and explore. That's called Google Effects, and you get it by running your cursor to the left. Have you seen Google Effects? It's like a yellow square with a magic wand on it, and so you can add all sorts of sounds. Like, this is a good one for Macbeth, I think. It's kind of ominous, I would call that, and Macbeth isn't very funny. Although there is one funny speech in it, which I won't tell you about yet. But anyway, I just want you to play and have fun with it and open yourself up to, you know, maybe you're going to enjoy it, you know, there's a chance. So anyway, thanks very much for showing up, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you. We're going to wrap it up. Okay, I think that's it's almost everybody, but I guess it's gone on for a long time, so we can wrap up.
Almost an hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 30 in this class.
Oh, that's right, 30. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, big group.
Okay. All right. Well, I was thrilled to find someone who speaks Chinese. Did you know that?
Well, I had a feeling, but we haven't had a conversation about it. So.
Yeah, great. So you can share that. You can share the PDF where the play is translated into Chinese with him.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
See what happens. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, and
come behind. We're going to say bye together. Bye.
Yeah.
Join us in the background. Okay.
A round of applause. It's like the last thing.
Yes, we got in here to say thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this was a great experience. Thanks. It's our first. It's for most people, I think, first hangout. My first hangout was with you when we were organizing this, but I think it was a neat endeavor, and I think we've all probably learned something here today, so that's kind of good, right?
Right. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.